Welcome to another episode of Candis Live. As usual, it is fantastic to be here with you today. Now, I have a little something for you that I've been cooking up. Not really cooking up, but something that came to mind that I felt as though I just have to share with you. You just need to know this. Now, I don't know when you're going to use it. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. You know what? It really doesn't matter. It's just important that you are here to get it today. Let's get into it. Well, it's so good. I said it already, but I have to say it again because you don't understand how good it is to be back here with you. With you. You're my people. Let me tell you, okay? I always have a story to tell. And I think it's a great one I have today. Now, I grew up in the 80s. And in the 80s, there was a show called The Golden Girls. My mom never wanted me to watch The Golden Girls, which I could not understand because, these were old ladies talking about stuff. I mean, what could be so wrong about watching The Golden Girls? And my favorite character on The Golden Girls was Sophia. Sophia was this little old lady who was very quick on her mouth, very sharp, and she always had something to say. And it usually started when she was telling a story to make a point. She would say, "Picture it, Sicily, 1949. And then she would go into the story, right? So today, I'm going to take you back to the Bahamas, 1980. I don't know when it was, but 1980 something, all right? Now, my mom and I were having this conversation. Yes, I talk about my mom a lot because we talk a lot, Talk about my kids a lot because we talk a lot. Talk about my family and friends because we talk a lot. And I learn a lot from them. And I learn a lot from our experiences and, the way we interact with each other. It's a great way to discover who I am as an individual and what contributed to making me who I am as a mother, as a friend, as a, whatever. And so, okay. So now, picture it. The Bahamas, 1980. My mom and I are having a conversation and I'm saying to her, "Listen, when would this end?" And she says this line, "Candis, you always have to remember there is a light at the end of the tunnel." What? A light at the end of the tunnel? What is that supposed to mean? I'm here dealing with stuff now. I'm not certain about whether to turn right, whether to turn left, whether to sit down, whether to stand up. And your advice to me is, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And so, I was a teenager at the time and I just took it at face value. And so many years later, about 2 years ago, my mom and I are having a conversation again. And so she says something to me and I give her her own advice. I say, "Don't worry about it. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel." And she looks at me a little pissed off, like, what kind of advice is that? So then I take it a step further. I say, "Okay, all right, let me explain it like this, okay? I know where you are right now. This darkness, this heaviness that you're feeling is all consuming. It's all consuming. Right? You don't know where to turn. You don't know what to do. And if you're anything like me, you're kind of afraid. And I know you're not afraid of the situation, but you're afraid of all of the unknowns of the situation. And that can put you in a very messed up headspace. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to investigate what's in the dark in the tunnel." You heard it. We're going to look at what's in the dark in the tunnel. Because I got some news for you. If when the lights are on, this place don't scare you, if when you know the truth, this place don't scare you, guess what? The same things that were in the light, they are in the dark. All right? Now let me break it down a little bit more for you about what's in the light and what's in the dark. When you went to school, and you study for a test, and you're all concerned about, oh, what's going to be on that test? What's going to be on that test? And then the test comes around and you look at the paper and it's like, these things. Why did the teacher give me these, And you're kind of afraid and you're kind of nervous and you're thinking to yourself, am I going to do well? Am I going to be able to successfully complete this task? See, here's the difference between you being in the tunnel and being in the light. When the teacher taught you these things, you were in the light. When you studied these things, you were in the light. But when you got in the front of the exam and you start thinking about all of the reasons why you cannot pass this exam, or all of the things that you do not know, that's when the light starts to dim. It starts to dim because fear sets in. Fear sets in. You start to lose your confidence. You start to lose your focus. But here's the thing. The same way that the light started to dim in the room around that test paper because you started to lose your confidence, it's the same way you can bring the light back into the room. By reminding yourself, hold on, I was in class and I was paying attention. I got this. I studied this last night. Give myself a moment. Let's breathe. Let's breathe. Let's take away the fear. Let's allow the anxiety to dissipate. Because everything that is in that darkness is everything that was there when the light was there. So if you knew it before you came into that test, guess what? It's still there. All right? If you were in class and that thing happened and you were there for it and you understood it and it became a part of you, guess what? It's still there. And this thing does not change with life. It does not change as you get older. As you get older, you find yourself on jobs, in relationships, in situations, social situations, and you panic. You panic. You're like, I don't know what to do next because this thing is coming at you too fast or things changed quickly. But what you have to do, just like in the exam, you have to remember that everything that you had before the situation is still here. So that means if you knew how to navigate a situation, if someone else was in danger, you can do it for yourself. That navigational skill is still there. But you have to give yourself the opportunity to turn on the light. Just turn it on. And it's going to be a little slow sometimes because you got to make it a practice. You see, the darkness comes in so quick you don't even know when it comes in. 1 minute you're cool, calm, collected because ain't nothing happening. You're just enjoying life. And then something happens and it's boom. You don't know what to do. You feel as though you are in that tunnel. And then things start to happen and you can't explain it. Like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. In order to turn the light back on in that situation, you have to first of all stop, take a deep breath in and out, maybe a few times. And remember that what you are experiencing now is just the dimming of the light around you. So now what you have to do in order to get focus on this situation is to turn up your light. And how do you turn up your light? You start an inner dialogue where you say to yourself, okay, you know what? If someone else had come to me about this situation, what advice would I have given them? And you think about that. If that's solid advice, use it. Turn on the light. If you can't come up with anything, you go back to, okay, what do I know? What do I know about the situation? What skills do I have to combat what is happening here? Or sometimes it's just as simple as, you got this. You could do this. You got this. And I mean, you got to be your own cheering section. You got to pump yourself up. You got to get to the level where it's crazy. In your mind, it's like Mardi Gras because you need to get pumped up. So the light that is within you, that hope that is within you can just burst open and you can see a situation for more than it is. For more than it is, you know. And I'm telling you, it's not easy. It's not easy making it a practice to allow the light that is in you to emanate out into the world when you're going through tough situations. But you got to do like I do, all right? You have to do like I do. Every now and again, when I feel as though it's getting a little dark in my area, a little dark in my life, I take time and I write down the things that inspire me. I just get a little post-it. Listen, a post-it will go a long way. You don't have any post-its? That's okay. Get a piece of paper. Write it on a piece of paper, right? And I put post-its as reminders of my fire. And I put them in the weirdest of places. Like sometimes I open my drawer and I forget, and I put it at the bottom of my drawer. I just do these random things for myself. You know, you need a little pick me up. You need a little pick me up. You don't always have somebody there to cheer you on. But today you was looking out for you, so you know what, you got to put stuff down so that later on, down in a week or so, in a month or so, there could be a little encouragement, a little burst of encouragement somewhere. And so what I would do is I would write these notes to myself. And I would put them in the most mundane places throughout my house, right? Like one day I would just pick up a container of gel. I don't even use gel. I don't even know why I have gel in my house, but there it is. You know, and every now and again you have to move it because you have to dust and clean and what's not. And there at the bottom of this gel, there's a note. You know what, you look so fabulous. You don't need this today, girl. Girl, your hair is on point. I know, right? Why would I put that at the bottom of a container of gel? Why would I even have a container of gel and I don't use it? Because there are a lot of things in your life that are just there, that are just fillers, that are not serving any real purpose. But sometimes we have to give those things purpose. Sometimes we have to allow them to be the candle in the darkness, you know. I've done this also with, you have little flower arrangements, and I mean, it is such an obscure place to put a note, but I put a note in it because I know my kids are kind of idle and, you know, they knock things over all the time. So when they knock it over, there's a note falling out. You know, you can do another flower arrangement and it'll be so much nicer. Yeah, use some wildflowers from outside. Use some this. Use some just a reminder. Just a reminder that there is so much light available in life. Everything that you think is darkness, there is a light that emanates from it. Everything that you think is darkness, there is light that emanates from it. And so you have to set up your tunnel experience. You know that you're going into a new challenging dimension in your life, a new challenging arena. Set up opportunities to encourage yourself. Put it in your calendar. Now we have Siri and Alexa. Tell Siri, listen, on October 17th at 5 a.m., I want you to wake me up with this jam. Glow up, all right? Glow up on the 17th at 5 a.m. I want to wake up to glow up. Now, you don't know what's going to be happening on the 17th at 5 a.m., but I tell you what definitely will be happening on the 17th at 5 a.m. Siri's going to kick in, and Siri's going to glow you up, glow you right up. So it doesn't matter what mood you're in, you're going to be glowed up on the 17th. We have technology. We have to set these lights in places. We have technology that will allow us the opportunity to set these lights in places, that we will need them. You know, we will need them. Send a reminder to yourself to be thankful for what you have. Send a reminder to yourself to just be kind to someone. Send a reminder to yourself to be kind to you. Because see, you know you. And sometimes you don't want people in your business. You don't want people to know what you're struggling with. But you know what you need. So sometimes you just got to fill your basket. You just got to fill your cup until it overflows. And when you're filling your cup until it overflows, you got to do the things that you know that you need. You know, a month from now, you don't know what's going to be happening. But you could send yourself a bouquet of flowers. Why? because it's Wednesday and you deserve it. It's Thursday and you deserve it. It's your day and you deserve it. You know, guys, listen. You guys, this is for you too. This is for you too. You know, get your anthem on. Get an anthem on. Compile, take the next week and every day. Find a song that pumps you up, that gets you in the right frame of mind to conquer the world. To be the kind of man that every woman, when they see, is like, you see that? You see that? That's what I want. No matter what it is, no matter what it is you do, remember that the darkness that sometimes comes from the outside and close it in on your life, it doesn't have to be that way, because the light that you need is in you. All right? This is how we're going to create change today. We're going to light up our tunnel experience by creating opportunities for us to just glow up every single day, all day. I love you guys. Until next time. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Candis Live. And just in case you missed it, remember, this week, we're going to glow up. Glow up. We're going to create opportunities to just what? Glow up. See you next time.